Hey, we have a small game here. Not a lot of unit models, but some elite stuff from Stormrunner and Wanderer 1980. Grimgor versus his hated foe, the Chaos Dwarves. Not sure about double caster here, Drazoeth and Infernal Engineer or whatever. Demonsmith Sorcerer, but yeah, he's just taking him for the Reforged so he can heal up his Kadai Destroyer. Then Drazoeth has the actual spells, Burning Wrath, Ash Storm, and Hellhammer. Damn, that's still pretty expensive on your Lord and Hero. And we can see it in the build. I mean, they also have 2 Kadai Fireborn and Kadai Destroyer, 2 Infernal Ironsworn, so then all they have left is 4 Goblin Laborers. No cavalry, no artillery. Just hoping for the best. Infernal Ironsworn throwing down grenades onto the River Troll Hag with an Ash Storm to also slow her and make her further weak to fire. But she is going to dodge a lot of it. Ooh, that was a miscast for sure. Overcasting Spirit Leech increases the range, not the damage. So overcasting it at point blank range does literally nothing. A little bit of a rough start here for the Greenskins. So they have Grimgor with Gitsnick, and then Bested to Best. We have a Giant River Troll Hag with Fate Abuna and Spirit Leech, a front line of 4 Black Orcs with Great Weapons, and then 2 Orc Boys. Then we have Ruglin's Armored Orcs and a Rusty R's. So very heavy Black Orc build. Oh, the Arachnarok Queen was Vanguard deployed or something. No, she doesn't have that. She must have just walked around the entire map, but she's coming from behind now. And we also have a nasty Skulker Commando Corps. So Grimgor is currently in there, getting worked a little bit by the Kadai Destroyer. Might need some support soon. Those Black Orcs are nearby, able to help. The Rusty Arrows got murdered, it looks like by Drazoeth's Breath Attack plus a spell. I'm guessing if he has only 2 breath attacks left. No, he has all 3. Huh. Wonder what did so much damage to them. Maybe a Hellhammer. He's going to make sure those guys keep running. Don't poke down his Kadai. Grimgor is still very alone. And he's not having a good time with that. Taking a lot of damage. Close to routing. I believe he is ITP now, though. So at least he won't tear her out. Yeah, he is. He is immune to psychology. He will not run. But still, this could be a bad situation for the Chaos Dwarves. Just a big old blob fight, a bunch of Black Orcs with pretty decent melee attack, heavy armor-piercing values. They can get through the Infernal Ironsworn given enough time. They can also cleave down the Kadai Fireborn, who don't rely that much on armor, but they do have 80 armor, so armor-piercing is still nice. Unfortunately, Drazoeth is being forced to just chase down the Rusty Arrows, again, to prevent their armor shred from coming back, but that is a big, expensive lord just chasing around cheap goblins for quite a while, and it sucks. All right, he's coming back. He's just accepting they might return, and if they do, okay. Greenskins are starting to rout. They'll be back and in greater numbers, but it'll take a little bit. Just a teensy little bit. So the Arachnarok Queen is living her best life. She's just getting to snipe out Kadai Fireborn models with her significant anti-large, but she's not getting surrounded or peppered with small arms fire, which are the 2 usual ways that giant spider dies. But the Chaos Dwarves here didn't bring Blunderbuss Shooter, Infernal Guard Fireglaives, Hobgoblin Archers. There's really nothing to shoot at her, so she just gets to fight to her heart's content, which is going pretty well for her. Kadai Fireborn, one's at half HP. The other is, down to a quarter. So the monstrous force for the Chaos Dwarves is taking a lot of damage. Their Infernal Ironsworn, both are still pretty healthy. Kadai Destroyer's down to half as well. So they're starting to attrition a little bit. It was a rough start for the Greenskins, but they're coming back in the late game, especially with this Wah popped. Every Wah is going to be super important to get that extra melee attack, try and get through these Infernal Ironsworn, take good chunks out of them, but looks like the first one really didn't go their way. I kind of want, I know some people say it's bad, but I kind of want these guys to throw out Unstoppable Choppas. I suppose it doesn't give them more melee attack. That's the other one the Crimson Killers have. Okay, never mind. I was thinking if they have that plus melee attack, but minus maybe melee defense thing, that'd be fine here, just because you really need to get through those Infernal Ironsworns. 65 melee defense. Spirit Leech onto Drazoeth. He is not the generic caster lord of the Chaos Dwarves who has that slow heal every time he gets hit with a spell. So Drazoeth actually is eating those Spirit Leeches and stuck with them. In comes a big Hellhammer. Very cool animation, lackluster damage, but it does enough for now to get rid of some Orc Boys and nasty Skulkers. Black Orcs, like the original Black Orc himself, do have immune to psychology, so they will not be retreating from that terror. Spider Hatchlings from the Arachnarok Queen helping to get rid of some Goblin Laborers for now and recharging them and whatnot. Because the Arachnarok Queen ends up in 2v1. Would like to fight either of these guys, but not at the same time. Wonder if Grimgor or someone's going to come over and help. Looks like he is trying to make his way over here. Ragnarok Queen summons out some little spiderlings. Maybe keep her safe. And the River Troll even jumps in on the fight too, getting some decent damage down. Bounce power has been kind of static at this in the favor of the Chaos Dwarves, but not really moving point for quite a while. See how that goes. Zoeth down to half HP. Kadai Destroyer about a quarter. And Grimgor is here. Ooh, Grimgor is jumping right onto Zoeth, who is just going to run away. So Gitsnick was popped. Zoeth just pieced out. Actually, with Grimgor's really high AP values and Gitsnick, I kind of want him to just be grinding through Infernal Ironsworn, all things considered. If he can get a fight with single entities, that's great, right? But I just think that they're faster and flying. But as I say that, Kadai Destroyer does stop in front of him, takes a couple shots in the back from the Ragnarok Queen and Grimgor, and just crumbles away. Drazoeth still trying to get some work done, though he has fallen below half HP. Visually, it looks like a third, but if you actually look at the value, it's still pretty close to half. I guess it is getting into a third territory. River Troll Hag is trying to beat up on the little Demon Smith Sorcerer. Does he have any heals left? No, he has no heals left. Gotcha. And Grimgor is actually going to come over, and this guy's dead for sure now. Grimgor can beat him up. Grimgor doesn't have anti-large or anti-infantry or anything. He just has high stats, which is the best. I mean, if you could choose between just having high stats or relying on anti-large or anti-infantry, you just take the stats. Bounce power has shifted a little bit back to 50-50 truly. The Demon Smith Sorcerer got sniped out entirely. That is a big bounce power loss. Breath attack from Drazoeth gets a little bit of poke on Grimgor, but it's really hard for those breath attacks to do good damage to single entity infantry models. Kadai Fireborn very low. They've lost their Unbreakable because they're so low. I'm looking around to see if the other one is even still alive. It looks like they have died. So we have Infernal Ironsworn about half HP. Another Infernal Ironsworn about a quarter HP. Drazoeth about a quarter HP. And that's really it for the Chaos Dwarves. For the Greenskins, just under half health Ragnarok Queen, around a quarter Grimgor, 2/3 to 3/4 River Troll. Yeah, now it's in the 2/3. Black Orcs are mostly a spent force, so it looks like we are going to get down to the Greenskin single entities versus mostly the Infernal Ironsworn. Drazoeth can do some good cycle charging, spell casting, still has a breath attack and whatnot, but really the bulk of the work is going to be on the Infernal Ironsworn. And I think they've got it. I do think the Chaos Dwarves will probably win with that much infantry power here in the late game. Grimgor, as we were saying, can do decently into them, but he's pretty low at this point. I do get a Spider Hatchling summon out, just trying to get some bodies to distract a couple of the Infernal Ironsworn models while Grimgor and the Ragnarok Queen get the damage down. Spider Hatchlings are going to rout super quickly, but they're just here to eat some damage instead of having your single entities take it. River Troll's getting close to her heal cap. The Ragnarok Queen separates out, and that feels like a big whoopsie. Ash Storm and Flammable onto it. It's trying to kill that little Demon Smith Sorcerer, but Drazoeth is going to land on its back, and it is very far from Grimgor or the River Troll Hag. So it's just going to get sniped out. That's a pretty catastrophic late game mistake here as the Ragnarok just does its classic T-pose. Turns, gets one shot off, but it is going to rout. And with that, the Greenskins might just be doomed. Black Orcs rejoin the fight, and they're going to run away, but Grimgor is doing like really good damage to these Infernal Ironsworn. He just doesn't have that kind of time. Drazoeth's going to charge back over here. Bounce power shifts heavily against the Greenskins, and I do not disagree. So Ragnarok has officially died. Yeah, that's GG. Grimgor's going to rout any second. There it is. It was a close game with some interesting builds. Drazoeth did alright value-wise. Demon Smith Sorcerer didn't do much value-wise, but he's just there to heal up the Kadai. Kadai did pretty well. Infernal Ironsworn did great. Kadai Destroyer also did well. The other side for Wanderer, it was a cool thematic build. Nasty Skulkers underperforming as usual. Black Orcs did okay. Grimgor and the River Troll Hag did alright. Archers struggled a bit. Ragnarok did well. GG's. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.